Good morning, Rick. Good morning, Mark. How's everybody doing this morning? I can't believe you out of bed this morning. Good morning. Rise and shine. Zero 07. Actually, 0701 now. Morning, TC. How's everybody doing this morning? Hope y'all can hear me all right. Well, I'm sure there'll be a couple more get on, but we'll go ahead and get started. Thank y'all for joining me for a cup of coffee this morning. And welcome back to Jus Piddlin BBQ, the morning show. We got some bad news, some good news, and some great news to share with you this morning. First, the bad news. The bad news is I talked to the local meat market about the sausage yesterday to get a final answer about shipping some of you guys some smoked sausage. And it was a no-go from them for shipping meat. It's disappointing for me, probably disappointing for you guys. But from their perspective, I understand. You know, they're a small local meat market. And the sausage, I got a sample of this sausage. I bought 2 pounds yesterday. But this is the sausage. And it comes in a big link. I just tore some off this morning to show you guys. It's a small pork sausage, smoked sausage. It's not like a big smoked sausage you would think of. Conecuh sausage is about the closest I can find to this kind of sausage. And I'll be cooking some up after we get done with the live morning show. I started to cook some up and have some while I was doing it, but I thought that wouldn't be fair because my guys can't have the sausage, so I'll just wait. But you know, from their perspective, I bought 2 pounds, and the 2 pounds was a little over $8, $8.50. So $4 a pound, $4.25 a pound. But then if you add, you know, they start thinking about shipping and shipping costs and how to package it and, you know, how to keep it cold and all that stuff. It keeps raising the price up and raising the price up until it's probably just not worth it for them, at least. And so I understand, but I was really disappointed about that. But I tried. That part's just not going to work out. So sorry about that, guys. But Conecuh sausage, look that up. See if your local grocery stores have it. Most grocery stores do, I think. Or maybe you can buy that online. And if you can, that's about as close to this sausage as I've been able to find. Good to go, Mark. That's good sausage, ain't it? I like that sausage. This sausage right here has a little bit more of a smokiness to it. Still not overpowering, but this sausage right here, I'm sure all of you have had pork sausage before, but the spices that they used to make the sausage is almost overpowering. You know, you get more of the spice than you do the actual meat flavor. This sausage, it's like they don't even put like regular sausage seasoning into this sausage. It's really just more of the meat itself and the smoked flavor. And Harley's had it. He'll tell you that this sausage right here is really good. And like Harley said, they sell that Conecuh sausage probably at Ingles. So y'all give that Conecuh sausage a try. But I tried getting this to you and just can't work it out. So they told me that they've had several other people ask, and the owner just don't want to do it. So nothing we can do about that. That's the bad news. Now some good news. I say it's good news. It's kind of good news and bad news at the same time. I was going to show you guys the first real merchandise that I've ordered for my subscribers. Like I say, I ordered some t-shirts a while back and got them in and gave them to some family members and stuff like that. But I just didn't really like the quality of them, and I didn't like how they fit. Plus t-shirts, even though small, medium, large, extra large, whatever, they should be all the same, but depending on the brand, they're not. So then you have to worry about shirts not fitting and getting them returned and all that stuff. So what I did last week was I ordered some coffee mugs. They look pretty cool. Nothing special. They're basic coffee mugs with my logo on it. The bad part is they were supposed to be here Friday or Saturday, and they didn't ship until Saturday, so I'm not getting them until Tuesday. So I will debut those Wednesday night on the live show. Morning, John. TC, yes, I am going to keep ordering the butcher box. At least for now, I want to see what a couple of more. Every box that you get is a little different variety. Even if you keep the same box that you order, it's a different mix of that same box. And so I want to see what I get next time and see how that is. So far, I've been pleasantly surprised and happy with the box. But back to the mugs. So I'll probably get those Tuesday or so and debut those Wednesday. Now, here's how we're going to do the, he got a, well, that was Rick, his shirt not fitting was his fault. He may have outgrown the shirt. So here's how the mugs are going to work. I've thought about this a lot, and some of you guys have been super chatting and stuff like that, and that really helps my channel out. But at the same time, I want to give something back to those guys too, And so here's what I thought about doing. Here's what I'm going to do. For the mugs, anybody that super chats $20 or more, I'm going to send you a mug. So that way, if you're super chatting the channel and trying to help my channel out, you're getting something in return. Other than, seeing my face and getting all the great content that I'm putting out every week. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to make it retroactive back to the very first live stream that we did. So some of you guys have already earned your coffee mug, and as soon as I get them in, I'll wait till after the Wednesday night debut of the cups, of the mugs, and then I'll probably send them out next weekend to everybody. But so far, Mike Tabor, and I apologize if I mispronounce your names because I'm terrible at that, but Mike Tabor, Peter Duell, Justin Stanley and Stephen Manis have already got a coffee mug coming. So if I missed your, for some reason, let me know, but that's what YouTube has as far as a record so far. So Mike, Peter, Justin, and Stephen, you already got a coffee mug saved for you. And that's just a little way that I can kind of give something back to people that are giving to me and all that. So if you want a coffee mug, $20 or more on the super chat, and I'm sending you a mug. So I think it'll be pretty cool. You know, it's a basic mug, but I think it looks pretty cool. Won't go into too much about what it looks like because I'd rather just show it on Wednesday. But what I did do is, you know, I hate mugs that like this mug right here. If it's got a logo on it, sometimes people put the logo on this side. Well, if I'm drinking out of it, nobody else can see the logo but me, you know. So what I did do is I put the logo on the front and the back of the mug. So I think that looks pretty good. So we did a basic color and basic logo, and then if I run out of those, I'll do a second batch. And I think I've already got an idea of a second color that I want to do. It'll probably be totally opposite of this color. And then so that'll be a second running. So, but we'll see how this goes. Maybe y'all will be interested in that. Speaking of the weather, the Jus Piddlin Weather Center, I just checked in with them. 35 degrees with a high of 58 today. So it's cold out there this morning and looks a little cloudy, but not as windy as it was last Sunday. Last Sunday, the wind was brutal. So I hope y'all like those cups. I think they're going to be pretty cool. Ambidextrous mugs. You know, that's exactly right. You know, I had not thought of that, but yeah, if I'm a lefty and I turn it around, there's still going to be a logo on either side. I like the way you think, H-Town. So that's that. So that's the good, not the good, the bad, the ugly, but the bad, the somewhat good. And it is good. It's just going to be delayed. And, you know, that's the way it works out sometimes. Every time you order something, you expect it to be here. And I'm one of those people that once I order something, 5 minutes later, I'm already expecting the tracking number. And I'm trying to track it and wondering why it's not here already. So you can imagine how crazy I was getting trying to figure out why my mugs weren't here yet. But at least they are coming. Hopefully when they get here, they look good like they're supposed to. And and everybody will get to enjoy them every Sunday morning at 07 on the morning show with Jus Piddlin BBQ. By the way, I did order those. If y'all want to check it out, I ordered them from Discount Mugs. They got all kinds of stuff on there. They got T-shirts and different kind of glasses and all that stuff. Y'all do a search on there and see what y'all see what y'all like. Maybe we can come up with something else to do later on down the road. Ohio, 29. Low tonight of 12. Wow. TC, you got a fireplace? Our fireplace has been going wide open for 2 straight days. Brenton, better late than never, man. Better late than never. Brenton, I went over some announcements at the beginning, but if you want to check those out, just replay it after it posts, and you'll get all the news that we've let out so far. Now for the exciting news. Since I've been thinking about doing this morning show, I've been thinking about, coffee. Everybody drinks coffee in the mornings, and I'm drinking more coffee now than I probably ever have in my life. Yeah, drum roll, Mark. And first of all, I used to not drink coffee very much because I couldn't drink it without putting a bunch of sugar in it. But it was so sweet, I just couldn't drink much of it. Plus, it made me real jittery. But I think part of it was the sugar, because now it's not bothering me very much. But the reason why I had to put so much sugar in it, was because I was eating so much sugar throughout the day. And the more sugar you eat, the less you notice how sweet something is. Well, now that I'm not eating sugar, things aren't as bitter, that aren't sweetened, as they used to be. And so now, like this morning, I didn't make keto coffee because I didn't want to fire the blender up. My wife's still asleep. And so this is just coffee and a little bit of heavy whipping cream. That's it. And it's good. It doesn't taste bitter. But it's because, have you ever eaten pancakes with syrup and then you're drinking coffee? And if you drink coffee before you start eating your pancakes, your coffee tastes sweet. But then after you eat a couple of bites of your pancakes with that syrup in it, and then you take another drink of coffee, now all of a sudden your coffee tastes like it needs more sugar. Well, that's the same premise, So anyway, long story short, I'm drinking more coffee now. But I wanted something a little more, what do you need to say? Not commercialized coffee that maybe I could showcase in the mornings, No fireplace. I love our fireplace. The nice little smell of burning wood and the crackle of the wood burning. Somehow it gets you warmer than regular heat. But I wanted something a little more commercialized as far as coffee goes, something that you can't buy at the store. And so I started searching around a little bit, and then I thought, and there's a lot of people out there that have their hometown coffee business. But then I thought I wanted something that was veteran owned, And long story short, I've reached out to a company, small company, startup company, that roast their own coffee beans and have on several different flavors of coffee beans, and reached out to them and said, hey, I'd like to partner up with you. I got an idea, and I've started a morning show on my barbecue channel, and have an idea of partnering up with startup coffee company like you guys, with, that's veteran owned. And that's just so happens this guy is a Marine veteran, which fell right into my wheelhouse. Perfect. I love all the veterans, but, I think Marine Corps probably sticks together as much, if not more, than anyone else, and just wanted to stick with a Marine veteran if I could, and did some research on their company and read some reviews and all that stuff, and liked what I saw. So I reached out to them, proposed an idea, and so we're in the beginning stages of teaming up. And so I'm gonna feature their coffee every morning from now on, or once we get everything finalized and I get some coffee in, feature their coffee on the morning show with Jus Piddlin BBQ. And there'll be different varieties that come in, and I'll tell you all about them. And I'll tell you introduce you to who they are and get you to their websites and all that stuff. And maybe you can order some from them and we can all drink their coffee together in our Jus Piddlin BBQ coffee mugs and have a big time and support their endeavor as well. And so I think it's going to be good. So once we get everything finalized and I get some of that in, I'll introduce them to you, introduce their product to you, and we'll go from there. But I'm really excited. I talked to the guy last night till about 10 o'clock, 10:30. They're really busy right now. They're really cool, and this is why I wanted to go with somebody like this, is because he roasts his own coffee beans in house. When you order them, he roasts the beans. He bags them up. Good morning, Mike. Happy Sunday morning, brother. If y'all hadn't done so, y'all need to check out Mike's channel, Everyday Barbecue. Great guy. You won't find a better guy. Great channel. Go check him out. And Black Rifle coffee is good too. And I thought about, but they're a little bit bigger than what I was wanting to go for, you know. Yeah, Brent, that's a definite fact. 15 years ago, you would have never convinced me that I'd be doing a YouTube channel, much less doing all this other stuff. But, you know, you get older and wiser. Appreciate that, Mike. Again, you can't find a better guy than Mike. I'm telling you right now. So long story short, we're going to partner up with this little startup coffee company, and they're going to be kind of a sponsor of the morning show with Jus Piddlin BBQ, and I'm going to feature their coffee. Again, veteran owned, Marine Corps veteran, and great couple. They work hand in hand together and do that. So they roast their own coffee beans when you order them. They put them in the bag. They ship them to you. So when you get them, the coffee beans have only been roasted maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks at the most. And so, hey, Tom, good to have you. And so, you know, it's going to be really fresh coffee. You can order them whole bean or ground. I'm gonna get them whole bean because I've got a grinder on the way. And here's the funny thing. I didn't really hear from them until yesterday, but I'd already ordered my coffee mugs, and I'd already ordered. Good morning, Rhonda. Rhonda's already been up probably 3 hours by now. I'd already ordered the coffee mugs and already ordered a coffee grinder before I ever heard from a coffee company. Because if not, I was just going to order some and, you know, no big deal. So everything happens for a reason. And so, you know, I think it's going to be a really great thing for both of us. And I'm really excited to introduce them to you guys. They're great. But they do all the roasting and coffee in house. But they also have partnered up with a stoneware company in Wisconsin that make homemade stoneware mugs. And so they've got their own customized stoneware mugs that they make for them. And they're awesome looking. Awesome. It's like something you would find if you go off to a place maybe like Helen, Georgia, and you go into a little shop that's got handcrafted mugs. That's kind of what they're like. They're beautiful. And so they just come out with a new line of those, and they're busy boxing those up to ship those out and everything. But it's going to be good. So please stay tuned for that. I think it's going to be great. Good to go, Mike. And I've still got to get in touch with Veterans Barbecue and get some of their sauces and rubs and all that. Rhonda, you got up late this morning. I'm trying to get my paperwork and the ball rolling on my VA papers to get my disability. Any advice on how I should go about doing this? John, man. Yeah, first of all, you've got to, man, it helps if you've got a VA around you. I personally don't. Well, I do, but it's a good 45 minutes away, I believe. John, I hate to say it, but any of that's going to be a long process from what I have experienced. When I got out, I had an injury and had pins and screws and all that stuff in my left arm and everything, and had to deal with that with the VA. And it was a long process. My brother, he's had to deal with it, which my brother has had pretty decent experiences, I believe, with the VA in our area where he's at. I think it depends, and that's something else. I think it depends on where you're at and the VA center that you're dealing with. If you deal with them on the phone, it's like dealing with your local cable company or something. It's going to be a long, hard road. So I'm sorry that I don't have any more advice for that, but I wish you a quick and speedy resolve with your issue. John, the biggest thing I can say also is, and I'm sure you do, but make sure you have all your paperwork that you're going to need ahead of time, because they will, that's what strings the process along, is you almost have to find out yourself what all you're going to need. Rick, thank you, man. Rick, you'll have yeah, Rick's got a mug coming. But you almost have to find out on your own what kind of stuff that you need, because they don't tell you in advance until you get there. And then they say, no, you got to go back and get this paper. So then that delays it another month. And then you come back with that paper where you got to have this paper. So it's a frustrating process, and I don't envy you at all as far as having to go through all that. And Mark, that's nice of you to offer that. That's nice of you to offer that. What is the extra cost to your channel for this coffee? There's no extra cost, Brent, and I think they're just, and we haven't worked out the details quite yet, but I think they're going to send me a package with different varieties, different flavors of their coffee, just so I can share them with you guys and let you guys know about them. And hopefully some of you guys start checking their stuff out, checking their Facebook page out and all that stuff, and start placing some orders. That's my hope anyway. Harley says it was 13 months before I got my rating, but I received back pay from the date I filed. So that's some good news. Kip, good morning. Yeah, you don't want to ignore it. Putting it off is not going to. Brandon, thank you, man. Hey, brother, I don't complain about a penny. Thank you so much. John, I'm with you on that, and I'm not sure that there's a veteran out there that doesn't have ringing in their ears or some kind of hearing loss. Mine ring all the time, probably from just I was stationed out at Miramar, right by F-18s taking off, and um, I was actually on the helo side, and we had helos running all day, and even with hearing protection, it's loud. I think it's getting worse. My wife would say it's getting worse. Yeah, Rick. And Rick, I'm gonna tell you, I learned it from experience because it happened to me, and well, me and Harley both. We were at Bristol and cooking, and we were cooking at high temps, and then just shut it off, and we actually got a backfire through the auger tube into the hopper. Smoke started coming up out of the hopper, and so I've just kind of learned if you're cooking over 400 degrees, don't just shut it off cold turkey. Drop it down to about halfway. If you're cooking at 450, then go to about, I wouldn't go to 225, I'd go to about 275. Let it drop down to that temp and stabilize. And then it's just going to be like you've been cooking at 275 the whole time. Then you can shut it off and there's not going to be any worries. It's hard to just go from 450 to nothing without something going wrong, in my opinion, with the pellet smokers. So, and John, again, that's why I'm glad that we're doing this, because we can talk. We don't have to be talking about barbecue. We can talk about anything and just kind of help each other out. That's what morning coffee is all about. Yeah, Rick, that's a good point. Their cool down is 5 1-minute increments for Grilla, and then Traeger stays on for about 10 minutes. That fan keeps running for about 10 minutes just to ensure that all those pellets are burnt in the fire pot, so you don't have any problems. Tom, what'd you get? Kip says, so what all has been covered so far? Should we let Kip in on everything? Give him the speedy version? John, I appreciate you, man. Yoder YS640. Tom, that's a great cooker, man. Great cooker. I've never cooked on one, but the way it looks, that's going to be a great cooker. Lasts a long time. That's a great choice. Kip has to get up at 7 like the rest of us. I like it, Rick. Harley says not to spill the beans, but the new Traeger D2 series doesn't have that issue anymore with the new drivetrain. You talking about backing up into the hopper, Harley? And Harley works with Traeger, so he's very knowledgeable as far as all the Traeger stuff goes. And that'll be a good upgrade for that. Just got my second smoker a week ago, Yoder YS640. My first was electric Masterbuilt. TC, that's going to be a great cooker, man. Those YS640s are awesome. Mark says, no, you snooze, you lose. I got you, Kip. So you're an hour behind. Hey, I can understand that, Kip. I can understand that. Yeah, Brent says 06 in Texas. Leveland, Texas. Well, Kip, I'm going to give you a break for the time difference and just give you the quick down and dirty. Number one, they said a no-go on shipping the sausage. So that's the bad. The kind of good, kind of bad is I was going to introduce some coffee cups from Jus Piddlin BBQ this morning, but they didn't get here in time. So they're going to be here Tuesday. I'm going to introduce those Wednesday. How that's going to work is for everybody that super chats a donation down there of $20 or more, I'm going to send them a coffee cup, Jus Piddlin BBQ coffee cup. That is ambidextrous. I think H-Town pointed it out. Ambidextrous, the logo is going to be on both sides with Jus Piddlin BBQ logo. So that's how that's going to work with the coffee cups. I'm going to debut those hopefully Wednesday because they're supposed to be here Tuesday. They were supposed to be here Friday or Saturday. And thirdly, I'm working with a down-home, homegrown startup coffee company that is going to kind of sponsor the Jus Piddlin BBQ morning show. I'm going to feature their coffee on here, give you all the info, the 411 of their products and their company and how you can get in touch with them and how you can get their coffee. They're veteran-owned, a Marine veteran, great couple, and I'll give you all that information once we, get all that finalized and I get some of their coffee in. But I think I'm really excited about that. It's going to be great. I think they're great. I think they're a great fit for Jus Piddlin BBQ. And that's exactly what he said yesterday. Looks like this is a great fit. Brenton, thank you, brother. You got a coffee mug coming to you. He said probably had about 100 different channels reach out wanting to do something like that. But he said this is the first time my wife and I have felt, yeah, this is the right fit, which, I appreciated that they thought that much of what I was trying to do. And I appreciate what they're trying to do. And it all came together. And so I think it's going to be cool. So really excited about that. Tom, can someone tell me what subscribing to YouTube Live and Super Chat is? I don't know about subscribing to YouTube Live. Tom, if you hit the subscribe button on my channel, you're subscribing to my channel. But I don't know about subscribing to YouTube Live. The Super Chat is basically just, and I'm a little new to this too, Tom, I'll be honest with you. But basically, here's the Jus Piddlin version of the Super Chat. The Super Chat is a way to, basically, if you're subscribing to a channel, you're watching their live feed, and you want to support their channel, it's a way for you to donate to their channel and help out their channel. That's the gist of it. Now, what it does in a way for them to give you something back, lots of times when you super chat, it'll send your comments, say, to the top. So like if it's a place where you're asking questions to a guy, they're having like a Q&A, and there's 1,000 people on there, which we don't have, which is perfectly fine, then your question is going to get read first because you super chatted and your comment went to the top. We don't have that problem here. It's just, guys, Mark Goins got a coffee cup coming. And so basically that's it, Tom. Basically the super chat is a way for you to donate to a channel and help support their channel if you feel like doing so. It's not necessary at all. And I've got some of the best subscribers that a channel could probably ever have. I never even thought about somebody super chatting my channel at all. And so I truly appreciate any of that, But it goes back to the small business thing, it's kind of like the microbrew beer companies that are out there. Well, this coffee company that I'm talking with is kind of like a microbrew. They're at their home, basically. It may even be in their garage. I'm not sure. But he's got a big roaster that he's roasting coffee out of, 20, 30 pounds of beans. I'm not sure. He's got a big hopper up there. And so, it's not easy to do, is what I'm trying to say. And so anything that, I can do to help them out is going to be cool. And, stuff like y'all do to help my channel out is amazing. It's humbling. But again, it's not necessary, but it is very appreciated at the same time. So, oh, Harley. My dang brother. I was debating on just sending you a mug anyway, man. I mean, I was debating on it, but I was kind of leaning toward it. That pushed me over the edge, I guess. Family discount. There you go. He's always been about 1 cent short, Rick. And when I, first present this company to you guys, I want y'all to check out their mugs because, like I say, they're handmade stoneware. I'm gonna have to get one, and they're beautiful. They're like pieces of artwork, and I think they only do a limited number per series. And evidently, from what I've seen, there are people that wait online and just are itching for the next one to come out so they can get it and add to their collection or whatever. So, but we'll check those out when that time comes. Is there a cost to having a YouTube channel? I know premium costs to not have ads, but never considered you may have a cost. I appreciate that, H-Town. There's actually, it doesn't cost you anything to have a YouTube channel. Like, to get a YouTube channel, it doesn't cost you anything. But what costs is, if you want to start doing the YouTube channel right, TC's got a mug coming. Okay, here's the thing. Well, I'll announce it on Wednesday on how I'm going to get all of your addresses and all that stuff. So I'll just save that for Wednesday. That way I can get them all at one time. Yeah, and don't stir the damn pellets. Man, every time I forget about that, somebody brings it up and my blood pressure goes up. So thanks a lot, TC, for that. So there's not a cost to having a YouTube channel. Okay. Like when I first got my YouTube channel, I started with an iPhone 4 and I was just filming. And now if I go back and look at some of my older videos, it's almost embarrassing that I've got them for everybody to see. But once you get more comfortable with it and everything, and you want to start doing better, like my first YouTube video, for example, I had a gas grill, a gas charbroil that I'd had for 9 years. That grill was 9 years old. And but I see other people's YouTube channels and they're doing different things with different grills. And I thought, if I want my YouTube channel to grow, I need a bigger variety of things to cook on. People that are stick burners are not going to watch a gas grill video, and people who are not comfortable with stick burners are not going to watch stick burner videos, so on and so forth. And so when you start getting into different types of grills, those obviously are expensive, as all of you know. Different cuts of meats that I wouldn't normally purchase maybe are expensive. The upgrades in cameras, stuff like that, are expensive. And then you get into lighting. You want to try to get the lighting a little bit better, so you buy some lights and you buy some different microphones. And I'm working on getting a USB microphone so it sounds better. Because like I've noticed lately, and I have forgot to wear my lapel mic, and so it gets a little echoey in there in the dining room. Those kind of things start adding up a little bit. And like my regular job is being a school teacher, and there's a lot of benefits to being a school teacher, but the pay is not one of them. And so like Mike says right here, I've purchased $2,000 in cameras, $250 in lights, $300 editing software, various cookers or cooking equipment. I mean, it all adds up. It adds up. It adds up more than probably I have realized, to be honest with you. Now, keep in mind, I'm choosing to do this, but now I've gotten to the point like Mike has, and Mike's channel, man, I'm proud of Mike. Mike started his channel after I did, but he has grown extremely fast, and it's because of him and his content and what he puts out there, and the kind of guy he is, and deserves every bit of it. But it for me now, if I can make a little bit of money off the ads and stuff, and kind of help support the family and everything, and enjoy what I'm doing, then I'm all about it. But I want to make it better. And so that's where the cost comes in, is if you want to make it better, then you've got to have better cameras. You got to have better lighting. You got to have grills that people are interested in, brands that people are interested in. But at the end of the day, it still comes back to the basic content. You got to have good content too, which is what I've always tried to fall back on, is just making sure that I'm putting out good content, and I hope it's good. I hope I'm helping people with what they're doing in their backyard and getting people to cook in their backyard. That's my basic goal. So this is about as good as this is going to get, Mark. So, there's a lot of things that high definition is good for. And then I'm not sure high definition is very good. I'll let y'all be the judge of that. But there is a benefit of having a good camera, and I'm still using my iPhone. I'm still using my iPhone 7 Plus, which films great. I have no problem with it. The problem that I'm having with it is, number one, storage on here. Number two, if I'm out in the backyard, 9 times out of 10, I'm playing some good music out there. Got some speakers out there, and I'm listening to some music, whatever mood I'm in. But then if I go to film, then I've got to cut the music off, go out there, film, then cut the music back on and all that stuff, or if somebody calls or whatever. So I would rather just have a camera that is specifically for my channel, and that's all I use it for. And then I can let my phone be my phone. But until that time, I'm going to still use my iPhone. I did get this, thanks to you guys, I got this live stream camera, and it's working out great. I love it. It's the Logitech 922, I believe, but it's doing great. So and Mike, That's exactly right. I just want my subscribers it to be as enjoyable for the subscribers, so they keep coming back and watching my channel. Do you guys reach out to these companies that make cameras, lights? I haven't reached out to any cameras, lighting, or camera companies. Um, I haven't really done that. It may be something that I do later on. I'm not saying I'm not going to, but well, Kip, and I've looked at several channels and sometimes they'll do a video of what kind of equipment that they use. And so I know some of them, I forget what the brand is, but a couple of the big channels have, they almost look like a television station type camera. And those can run $1,000, $1,500 or something. But my daughter, she got one of those DSLR cameras for Christmas last year, and she was doing a channel for a while. But I think school has got in the way a little bit. H-Town, I thank you, man. A coffee mug coming to you. Bless you, man. I think schooling has gotten in the way of her channel a little bit, but she got a DSLR camera, and I think it was about $500 or $600. But it does really good. And so if I could find, I'm looking on Craigslist all the time and stuff like that, maybe I can get a good deal on a DSLR for a decent price. And then I can start using that some, and then, hopefully progress from there. But probably a DSLR is where I'm wanting to go to start off with after the iPhone. Mike, what kind of DSLR did you get? Most of the lighting stuff I look, or microphones or something, Amazon is where I go for that kind of stuff. Gotcha. I'll check that out, Mike. But like for lighting, I'll be honest with you. I went to Ace and got the clip-on. They're almost like a heating lamp. They got the metal shade on them, and they've got a little clip that you can clip on to certain things. I bought a couple of those and just put daylight LED lights in them, and those seem to be working pretty good. I still got to play with it a little bit. I'm not an expert on lighting or anything. I'm not an expert on any of this, but I'm just trying to make it better, ADD. I'll have to look at that, Mike. Appreciate the info on that. We have gone long this morning, guys, but y'all got some good info going. Don't go all Hollywood. I can assure you, Mark, I was stationed in San Diego for 3 years, 2.5 years, very close to Hollywood, and I never went to Hollywood. So you don't have to worry about me doing the Hollywood thing. And there is a fine line there with that. I don't want to get. I'm still going to be Jus Piddlin BBQ, and I'm still going to do what I do. And there's a lot of channels that I have seen since I started change their way of doing things and all that, or there's older channels and bigger channels, and they're bigger because they do certain things that I won't do. There's even it has taken me a while. I'm 2 years into my channel, and this is my first merchandise thing that I've done, which is the coffee cups. Partly because I'm a little part of me feels weird about doing that. Part of me feels weird about people donating money to my channel. I feel a little weird about doing that, you know. But I have to understand that's kind of part of having a YouTube channel that's growing and that I'm going to stick with, you know. My biggest thing is I want y'all to know, and I hope it comes across, how sincere I am when I say that I appreciate stuff like that. Mike, you didn't have to do that, man, but I appreciate it very much. I just want y'all to understand how much I appreciate that and what that means to me, and my channel. And so I want to use that to better my channel, not to get Hollywood, but to just make the experience for you guys better. Absolutely, Paris Island all the way, baby. Paris Island all the way. A cutting board with my logo. Yeah, the cutting board. My oldest son Cam, he got that for me, and engraved my logo in it. And I'm not sure who he got to do that. I need to find out. But that cutting board is really cool. And then Mark at Grilla Grills, I got the front shelf, and they put my logo on it for me, and that thing's beautiful. It cleans up really nice and is beautiful. Don't take the enjoyment out of it. We support you because we like what you do now. Rick, that means the world to me, and I appreciate that, man. You know, Jus Piddlin BBQ is going to stay Jus Piddlin BBQ. You know, and it's Jus Piddlin because, and if y'all have ever watched my intro video, even that short 1 minute clip, you know, the Jus Piddlin part came from, you know, mine and Harley's daddy. You know, he was a very simple man, quiet man, but had a lot of friends because he was an honest guy and would do anything for you and meant what he said. And that was his phrase, you know. If we hadn't seen him for a while, we'd go visit him. You know, Daddy, what you been up to? I just piddling. You know, my uncle up in Tennessee, he says the same thing. I'll just piddling around. So I thought that would be a perfect name for a barbecue channel. So that's why I chose Jus Piddlin BBQ, because that's what I'm doing when I'm out in the backyard and I'm barbecuing. I'm just piddling. I don't even know how you define that. You're just messing around. You know, there's no schedule. There's no pressure. It's just relaxed, just piddling in the backyard. So that's what my channel is going to always be about. Mark, I appreciate you joining us, man. God bless you. Hope you have a good weekend. Have a good week. I'll see you Wednesday, hopefully. So real quick, guys, I did a video. Y'all have probably seen it. Hopefully you have. But I just did a quick video for that keto coffee because I've got some subscribers that are really interested in the keto part, and I wanted to start them out with something easy. So the keto coffee, I threw that one out there, and I'll be doing some more keto friendly stuff. And then I did a video with the butcher box ribeyes yesterday. Those turned out really good. Next time I'll probably use a different cooking method with them, but they were very tender, and the beef flavor was different than what I get at the grocery store. And I think it's because it was grass-fed, grass-finished beef. But they were really good steaks. So I'm impressed with the butcher box so far. So if you hadn't, y'all check that video out. Tom, I'm live Sunday mornings at 07 Eastern and Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. Lewis, good to have you, man. Not even 5 a.m. here on the West Coast. Lord, have mercy. Why are you up this early? Mike Tabor, better late than never. Get your butt out of bed, Mike. What in the world? All right, Mike, you're going to have to go back. Since you're late, Rick says, hey, if you can't get your butt out of bed, Rick says, good afternoon, Mike. We already had Kip show up late, and Rick said, don't go back and give him the scoop that you said at the beginning. So according to Rick, Mike, you're going to have to go back to the beginning once it gets posted and see all the announcements I made at the beginning. Got to go to work now. I hear you. Well, Mike, real quick, check out, rewatch the first part of this live stream when it posts so you can get some good info. There's some stuff that you need to know about you that's coming your way. So be sure to check all that out. I'm sure y'all can hear my cat trying to get in here. She's having a fit. It's like a zoo. Don't work too hard, Mike. Well, guys, we've been going an hour. This is way longer than I expected for a morning show, but I mean, the sun's up, although it is cloudy. But we're going to get this day started. We got it started right on the Jus Piddlin BBQ morning show. I appreciate everybody, man. I hope y'all understand that and know that. And look forward to the coffee mugs, hopefully Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. Yeah. Yeah, Grilla brought the zoo to the backyard. Good morning, Phil. Good morning. Phil, we're about to wind up, but when this live stream posts, be sure to go back and watch the beginning because I had some announcements that I want you to be aware of on that. But again, the coffee mugs are going to be shown Wednesday night at 8 o'clock p.m. on the live show. And hopefully it's probably going to be next Sunday on the next Sunday morning show. Justin, I appreciate that, man. You didn't have to do that. Justin, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate all of you. Yeah, Rick will tell you good afternoon here in a minute. It's coming, Justin. It'll probably be next Sunday before I can introduce you to the coffee company that I'm telling you about. But again, I can't tell you how excited I am about that. And I'm going to get to work on some more upcoming videos, cooking videos this week. There it is. I knew it was coming. Good afternoon, Justin. Rick, some of them just can't get up, can they? Disc golf. Wow. Now that's interesting. I'd probably be better at that than regular golf, I can tell you that. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to cook up some of my sausage that I've got. Sorry you guys can't partake in that, but it's going to be good. I appreciate all of you for tuning in. I can't tell you how much and how much fun I have doing this. And the be well. God bless you, Mike. And the show at Wednesday nights. Tom, it's a local place here, Mike's Meats here in Claxton, Georgia. And I talked to him about seeing if they would ship some of you guys some, and they're not comfortable with shipping stuff, so I can't get it to you. But Conecuh sausage, look at your local grocery store for Conecuh sausage. It's about as close as you can get to this smoked sausage. Really good. So I'm going to sign off now and cook up some of this sausage. I appreciate you. Thanks for joining me. Good morning. Have a good week. And until next time, I'll be piddling.